Carly, a bombshell from the DOJ. The Southern Poverty Law Center now facing a series of federal charges. The feds accuse the nonprofit of secretly funneling millions in donations to leaders of hate groups that it swore to fight.
The SPLC was not dismantling these groups. It was instead manufacturing the extremism it purports to oppose by paying sources to stoke racial hatred.
This includes 6 counts of wire fraud, 4 counts of bank fraud, and 1 count of conspiracy to commit money laundering. Officials say more than $3 million went to members of groups like Unite the Right and even former KKK members. In a statement to Fox News Digital, the interim CEO of the Southern Poverty Law Center says, quote, "We are outraged by the false allegations levied against us. We will vigorously defend ourselves, our staff, and our work. We will continue to fight hate." With that, let's bring in Fox News contributor and criminal defense attorney Josh Ritter. I mean, Josh, how shocking are these allegations? Can we do not have Mr. Ritter's mic.
They described it.
Oh, there we go. Continue, Josh. We lost your mic there for a second. Question I pose to you, how shocking are these allegations to you? Your answer, sir.
Yeah, they're very shocking when you consider how far outside of their lane they were on all of this. The way that they tried to describe it is that they were developing informants. I mean, they describe it as almost as if they were acting as a quasi-law enforcement agency. Not only were they not doing that, they were funding the groups that they are supposedly fighting against, and they were committing federal crimes. So it sounds like the way that the DOJ is looking at this is that this was obviously fraud to the contributors who were giving this money, not telling them where the money was actually going. And then they were laundering the money by turning it over to these quote unquote informants. The whole thing is an absolute mess and really shocking.
Let's talk a little bit more about the informants, because while a government entity is allowed to pay informants to gather information, can a private entity implant an informant in another private entity in order to gain information? Based upon my reading of the law, that's illegal. What say you, counselor?
Yeah, absolutely. You can go ahead and do it, and if you're doing it, you're committing fraud, and that's exactly what they were doing here. I don't know where they got this idea that this was somehow within their edict of what they're telling their contributors they were set out to do, but this is really wild stuff. I mean, that's exactly what it is. The way that you described it is that they were operating outside of the law by saying that they were developing informants.
In the law, we always talk about bet the company cases. Usually that's in the civil context. This is a criminal context. Could this mark the end of the Southern Poverty Law Center, Josh?
Well, it's going to be a huge problem. I mean, if the DOJ pursues this to its ultimate end here, you're looking at, potential prison time for those who are involved. I don't know how far it goes. I don't know if they can direct it to some, people within that organization that were operating without the knowledge of others involved. But if this was a systematic, wide procedure that was taking place, you might be talking about something that cataclysmic.
Yeah, the cataclysmic, shocking, whatever word you want to use, this was big. Meantime, I want to go back to a case we've been talking to you about for a while now. 16-year-old Timothy Hudson, who has been formally charged with first-degree murder and aggravated sexual abuse in the death of his 18-year-old stepsister, Anna Kepner, remember, cruise ship cabin back in November, had his lawyer file a not guilty plea. He will not appear in court at all while he remains out among the public and not behind bars. In response, Anna Kepner's biological father, Christopher, giving a statement to the Daily Mail on these charges, quote, "I want to see him in an orange jumpsuit and handcuffs. He does not need to be free. He does not need to be in the general public around my kids or women in general." Josh, have you ever seen a situation where an accused murderer like this is allowed to repeatedly avoid both appearing in court and being behind bars?
No, there is some sort of bizarre way that this all developed that they're taking advantage of, and I think that the victim's family is rightfully indignant about the whole thing. Had he been filed on directly as an adult, bail would have been set, and it would have been extremely high if bail was set at all. I mean, you're talking about a first-degree murder here, also involving a sexual assault. Many times in those instances, you do not see bail set, and that person just remains in custody. So the fact that he had the advantage of have them first considering this and keeping him in juvenile court and then turning it into an adult matter. I think somehow it's been lost in the cracks that he has not had bail set, but I'm surprised that prosecutors didn't demand his appearance so that they could consider bail at this hearing.
But bizarre is the proper word that you used right off the bat. I just feel so bad for this father, the family of Anna Kepner, because they obviously went through the loss of their child, but now have to deal with this continuing indignity that, under the law, to your point, Josh, makes no sense. Josh Ritter, thank you for your time and your insight on both of these. We appreciate it.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.